So here's what we're going to do. The first thing we'll do is I just want you to say your first name and spell it, and then kind of your title. Like, this is kind of who I am. I'm an engineer, or I'm a stay-at-home mom, or I'm, whatever you do. That way we have that like as a title, and then we'll start asking some questions. So go ahead and let's start with your name and what you say your title would be.
Okay. My name is Chantel, Chantel, and I'm a recent college graduate from San Diego State University. Now trying to pursue my next... We can edit some parts out, right? Okay, great.
We're not even...
That's why...
So that's all I am right now.
We actually can't make a mistake here.
Great.
Because we just cut it out.
So from this point, you and I are going to talk. You can look at me. You don't need to look at the camera. Forget about the camera.
Okay.
Yeah. And in fact, it's not even rolling. Pretend.
Yeah.
And so we're going to have some questions, right? So you and I are having a conversation. If Cal might have a question, he'll chime in. But let's start with the beginning. Think back to when you first started this program, right? The pain that you had, or problem, challenge, frustration, whatever it was that you had that made you want to take this program. We'll talk a little bit about that.
Well, I held on a lot of frustration and anger from my childhood with my father, and I didn't really realize that was what was making me stressed and angry over like my actions towards others. And then also Stephanie's son, Leo, he had some fight or flight issues and kind of all over the place, and I don't even know what to say now.
Well, what would you tell, that's why we had the conversation, so you just tell me. So he had some fight or flight issues, he was acting out?
Yeah,
how was he acting?
So he was acting out, and we couldn't really get him under control, and once we started the program, he drastically changed. And at first, you're very hesitant about it, but especially when you're creeping on the floor, but it's made crazy changes in all of us.
Tell us about some of the changes it's made with you.
I react to situations very differently now, and I think about them before I react. I'm open to a lot more things now, and I'm not stressed as much. And
that's fine. You're doing fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good enough.
That's probably what we need right there.
Were there any beliefs that you've shifted that you think that you can really...
Either about yourself or about others or about the world that you now see weren't serving you, and you've replaced them with better beliefs for you?
I've realized that I used to blame myself for a lot of things because, you're told, oh, it's your fault, but it's not, and you come to terms with yourself that you're in control of everything in your life and not other people's actions or what they tell you.
Good.
Great.
Was there anything else that came out that was like, wow, this really is what shift? This is like my biggest shift.
I thought I was enough, but apparently that was one of the affirmations that I was not enough. And I thought that, and that was huge to me because I thought all along, like, I'm enough, I'm happy, I'm all this, but you're really not.
Where was it stopping you?
I think
Showing up in your relationships?
It was. And in my relationship with my dad, even though he got help, I still held on to a lot with him. Even though he had moved on and he had made progressions, but I still held on a lot of anger with him that I couldn't let go.
Did you know that going into the program?
I knew I was angry with him, but I didn't know that what he had done he was an alcoholic. So as a kid, I thought I wasn't enough because I couldn't change his actions. Like I wasn't enough for him to get sober. I wasn't enough,
Yeah, you were taking responsibility for his choices.
Yeah. So.
And now you shifted that, and now how has that made a difference
in your life?
I've realized in my relationship that I am enough because I if I couldn't fix something, I used to let it bring me down, but now it's like, okay, I can't fix it. That's not my problem. And, I just would let it go. You can't keep harboring over things you can't change.
Yeah, that was huge. I experienced a similar thing.
Yeah.
Like letting go of other people's problems, right?
Which is hard.
Yeah, it is hard, especially when you spent your whole life trying to fix them.
Exactly.
So that's good. Okay. What were you hesitant about before you pulled the trigger to
Get involved with Alma.
Yeah.
And do the program.
Well, I got involved with Alma because of Stephanie, because of Leo. So I just came along for the ride at first, and then...
But did you have any trepidation in the beginning, any concerns, any skepticism?
At first, I was really skeptic about crawling on the floor and creping, and that to me, I was like, oh, this is silly. I don't see that changing anyone. But in reality, doing all of these movements and affirmations, it changed me completely, but I didn't think that they would do anything in the beginning. I was like, oh yeah, that's not going to do anything. But I guess that's it.
Okay. What made you... Okay, so this is not your question. What was your favorite part? Let's talk about your favorite. What was
Your favorite parts?
Yeah, favorite part or parts about
The whole
everything
program.
you've done with Alma.
I think the brain rewires, learning how to rewire and muscle test yourself. It's pretty interesting how you can put these thoughts into your head and make them real. All of the positive affirmations.
Talk about the speed of it.
Yeah, how quickly did you notice changes?
I noticed changes after the second week, and that was the second time that we had came, and it was a huge shift when we started doing the rewires.
What was the first thing you noticed different about yourself?
I felt like I opened up more. Like at first, I didn't really realize I was like this, but I felt closed up. And doing all of these movements and doing all of the program, you just kind of start to open up and feel alive and like you, I don't know what else to
That's
say.
terrific. That's terrific.
I could write so much better.
No,
Well, we're going to give you a chance to do that.
You're not done yet.
I'm like, oh.
So, two more questions.
See, this is a lot easier than you thought, isn't it?
Um,
Isn't it?
I think I'm doing terrible, but
No, you're not. Trust me, you're not.
okay.
You'll see this and you'll go, wow.
Yeah. When we edit this and put this together, you'll go, wow.
So let's talk about your results and how life is better now. What would you say the answer to that question be? What are your results and how is life better now?
Well, life is better now because I'm trying to teach everyone that they need to rewire their brain and they all need to do Alma's program. What was the question again?
How's life better now? And
Yeah.
how's life better now?
Well, my relationships are better with my family and my boyfriend. I didn't expect that in the beginning, but now that it's coming to the end, I see a shift in myself, and I'm a lot happier and stress-free. No, not a lot of negative. I don't know what else.
That's good.
How about with your boyfriend? What specifically has changed in that relationship?
I don't get mad at him anymore. It's kind of like I want to help him. I want to help him to want to help himself now instead of like trying to change him, because in the beginning it was like, I'm going to change you, you can't do this.
Well, and we just love that in men.
Yeah. But now I want him to want the change.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about your recommendation. Like you, let's say you want to recommend this to a friend. What would you say about the course and how it would help them? What would you say to a friend?
Or even a stranger.
That's hard.
So think of a girlfriend that you might want, or a guy friend that you might want to share this with. Who would that be?
Yeah.
I would recommend the program to anyone, honestly. It could help anyone, whether they think they have issues or not. You know, anything ends up coming up towards the middle of the program that you didn't even think knew existed within you.
Terrific.
Is that good enough?
Oh, yeah.
It was enough.
Sorry.
It